Almost a week after Abba Kyari was exposed as a drug baron, he has not been paraded by NDLA, EFCC, or the police. Meanwhile, the NDLA immediately paraded a young boy caught with a marijuana. You have someone involved in importing billions worth of hard drugs, and it is the marijuana teenager that you are arresting. If we test General Buhari's urine, do you know what substance we will find? Even in crime, Nigeria still applies quota system to favor certain people. A freedom fighter, Nnamdi Kanu, was paraded like a common criminal on the same day he was illegally kidnapped from Kenya and brought to Nigeria. Where is Abba Kyari? Let us see him paraded like the criminal he is. Can you imagine? A young boy caught with a marijuana, a teenager, he was paraded. Every other person, they will parade them. So this one that is even more weightier. Why waiting? And I remember Reno Mokri saying this some days ago. Even in, what is it called? In all this crime, they see apply quota system. And that is why their situation continues to go the way it is going. The creator of all nations, who is God, is watching with keen interest the wrongs that are going on and the actions and inactions of those he allowed to lead people of the nations. A day of reckoning is coming very, very soon. I am not worried about the nonchalant attitude of the northern parts of the zoo called Nigeria. The atrocity will soon destroy them. Don't bother. Don't worry. Jehovah never say goodbye to his good people, to the ones he loved. They can't jail him or arrest him because they are working together. If they arrest him, the government secret will be open unless they delete him. That is Nigeria for you. The big thieves are always set free, while the smaller ones are the ones that we serve as an example. Nigeria is a very unreasonable country. It is purely a failed state, tantamount to a zoo. The southerners are still sleeping. Oh my God. They are still sleeping. Some of these people will come out and be making up for them. They will tell you, oh, the northerners, they cooperate. They cooperate. Northerners shield their brothers in almost every crime they commit. Do not be surprised. His name is amongst awaited promotion list in police, because that's the same question people have been asking. Somebody who has been suspended, at the end of the day, he had the will I say grace, or he still had the opportunity to be working. And that kind of person, you think his salaries will not still be going. His salaries will be paid. Salary will be paid. Even as we are speaking, his salaries will be paid as at when due. That is what we get. And the rest, people who are supposed to know better, they will keep quiet because they believe that their own time or their own son will come, that nobody will be able to challenge them. That is why the country has degenerated to what it is right now. They can't criminalize him because group is in government. The group is in government. Leadership with fake integrity. Integrity is scary. Abba Kyari is an executive critical covering the interests of many. How many times will I tell you that Nigeria is not for me and you? But you will not hear. You will not listen. You guys will not listen. Team of armed robbers or team robbers squad. This evil administration is still celebrating Abba Kyari. They are even romancing with the idea of making him the IG very soon. These guys are vile through and through. The question is, as people will pray that all the atrocities being committed by all these evil doers, that God should expose them. Yes, God will expose them. When God exposes them, then what is the duty of the law enforcement agency? What is their duty? For them to be able to do anything. Is it God that will still come again and do the needful? They will still have a way of covering this whole thing up. They will have a way of covering it up. How do we get out of this mess? I used to tell people that Nigeria is not Nigeria is not existing. Nigeria is not existing. Nothing is happening, Nothing is happening. You see all those people who are just shouting here and there, their leaders, they have nothing in place. They are just there. There's no progress at all. There is no progress that you say, oh, you are waiting for so. We have just waited for 8 years now. Nothing has happened. We have waited for 8 years with this government. Nothing has happened. All the victims of all these bandits and Boko Haram and Fulani men and all these ritualists, they are the ones that will have a better story to tell. Not a good one at that. Not a palatable one at that. No. Not a palatable one at that. But they will have understanding of what is happening. But there are some people that are immune with wickedness and impunity. They don't see anything wrong, whether because it has not happened to them directly. But I always say it, you don't need to wait for something to happen to you before you have feelings. If you are a real human being, if you are sensitive to issues, if you regard other people, you try to imagine that what is happening to other people who that is not palatable. You begin to like imagine that it could be me. What if it was me? If it were to be me, what would I have done? In what situation would I have found myself? That is why even something has not happened to you, you'll be able to try to relate and be able to understand from that those people's perspective. But what we have is that majority of those people don't have conscience. They don't have conscience. How do we get out of this mess? As far as development is concerned, as far as progress is concerned, nothing is working. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. If you are waiting for this country for anything, if you are waiting for the government for what they have said that you are hoping, you are just there deceiving yourself. Everything quota system. Everything quota system. See evil and call it good. And you expect that kind of country to move forward. It's not going to happen. It won't happen. Why is it that he has not been paraded? Some people just say, oh, it does not matter. Oh, it does not matter. It does not matter. These are the injustices that we are talking about in this country. And you expect people to be happy. Of course, that is just exactly what they want you to do. Just forget about it, Forget about it. It doesn't matter. Whatever you are going through, just be managing, just be bearing it. And everything will be fine at the end of the day. That is their mindset. Just like if you come out now to say, oh yes, we don't want this, they don't want that. This is not the right thing. They will tag you a terrorist. Obasanjo was saying the other day that we need more rebels. People that will be able to speak the truth. People that will be able to know to stand on the platform of truth. Before you could say Jack Robinson, they will tell you that you're a terrorist. Then how do you go about that? See somebody who is trying, who they are covering up. Is it not a disgrace to all of them? It shows that is what all of them are doing. So guys, let's say your opinion right away.